not be able to even imagine the power of China's military. Today, we cover some facts of China's military power. We will be discuss in-depth military strategy and power of China, and this information is coming from the Defense Department of the United States. We will be discussing the report that Pentagon presented to the U.S. Congress. The U.S. military has presented a report of 200 pages in front of their lawmakers on China's defense capabilities. It is based on the same strategy that Biden gave to its army after becoming the president. He asked Pentagon to collect all the details regarding China and present a report on it. The U.S. military has collected all the intelligence and details of the military strategy of China in 2 years. We will also discuss other countries' part in this report. So, let's see China's national security vision, defense strategy, and tactical analysis, and their foreign policy. The report shows that China has set goal by 2049. We can call it Vision 2049 or Vision 2050. They want to become a superpower by 2050. They want to become a strong military power that no one can even think of challenging. This doctrine is created by jInping. There are different aspects of this strategy like political, social, military, and its modernization. In order to grow the overall power of China, they have to improve their governance and increase their influence in the international order. In this report, Americans think that the biggest hurdle in China's way in achieving its goal is the American itself. The U.S. can go to any length to stop the rise of China. This is the biggest threat to the national strategy of China. In analyzing this report, the most mind-blowing thing in this report is the concept of military-civil fusion. The civil and military institutions will work together in all fields for the national security of China. That is how they will make their defense more powerful. China is saying that the military will also be using civilian technology because the government has an eye on all the industries in China. So, whenever the government will want, it will provide civilian technology to the military. Similarly, the logistics and resources of the military will be utilized by civilians as well. They have basically ended the difference between civil and military personnel. Now everyone is similar. This is their key strategy, that everyone is a soldier in China. Only the military used to defend the country earlier. But now, all the civilian expertise can be used for military purposes. Every army is a part of its state. In China, there is a one-party system, and Xi Jinping is its leader. He is a supreme leader kind of thing in China. Everything from the military to the political parties of the country are under him. He says that the Chinese army is part of his Communist Party. Another concept in the military-civil fusion is that they have different military commands, and these commands are headed by a military general, but they have also given the post of a general to a civilian. This would be a political person who would be able to access the political situation. To add civil leadership in military is a mind-blowing strategy. Now let's discuss the most dangerous part. What would their war strategy be? They have created a strategic support force which will look at things in a very strategic manner. It will look at things other than the physical war. Basically, it is a command-level force which consists of computer engineers, software, and AI experts in addition to the military officers. They will have all the information of anything before the war. For example, if they have to attack India in Galwan Valley, they will choke the electromagnetic spectrum and control the information. Because today's wars don't happen through only tanks, but technology as well. This is called hybrid warfare, a mixture of different things. It includes different things like information, cyberspace, communications, and propaganda warfare. That is how they will try to control the information and misinformation. These types of attacks will happen on the civilian populations when they will be successful in hijacking the electromagnetic spectrum. Then they will attack through tanks, missiles, and whatnot. This is their strategy to destroy the enemy by using technology and psychological warfare. Another one of their strategy is to perform least possible kinetic operations. Their main strategy is to destroy everything through cyber attacks. That is why they are decreasing their number of on-ground soldiers. But on the other hand, their Navy and Air Force has increased because these are the complicated domains. They have some issues in the South China Sea as well, which were explained here as well. China's capabilities of missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, nuclear missiles, air defense system were discussed in this report. China is trying to modernize its military industry. China is decreasing its dependency on European countries in this regard, and this is their Vision 2049. They want to manufacture all kinds of arms in China itself. The weak points of the enemy will be exploited. Their Army, Navy, and Air Force will work together with Strategic Support Force and Joint Logistical Support Force for military dominance. They also want to dominate in the space category, and civilians will be part of all of this. Now let's move towards the interesting. America's report says that China will not achieve its Vision 2049 goal alone. We have discussed what they are doing within their country, but now let's talk about the alliances. The BRI is the first point in their strategic ambitions. China is creating land routes for its trade in case of chocking of sea routes. It is doing different deals with Pakistan, Iran, and Central Asian countries for trade through land routes. There are many other countries also mentioned in this report, which are even the partners of the US like Singapore, Israel. China is collaborating with these countries as well. Bangladesh was mentioned about 5 times, Thailand 13 times, Myanmar was about 10 to 12 times, while Pakistan was mentioned 28 times. Either China is helping Pakistan a lot, or Pakistan is in the heads of Americans right now. According to the report, Pakistan is China's important ally. China and Pakistan did joint naval exercises. China provided naval ships and submarines to Pakistan. China invested in CPEC. The report says that China also tried to target the American ambitions in Afghanistan. Saudi Arabia, South Africa, and Djibouti are also his ally. China also has many other allies in the Chinese-led Group Asia-Pacific Space Cooperation Organization. So, what idea do we get by reading this report? We have only discussed their main strategy yet. It tells us that China's vision is very clear. China has fixed its basic problems. Their people have food to eat now. Their military is strong, and now they are going to make their defense invincible. They are modernizing their military and modifying their concept of national security. This is only possible when your leadership has a clear vision. These things tell us that the role of military is also very important in the nation building. Military is an important tool, and after reading this report, I realized that military has to get involved in a lot of things. There are many fields where the military and civilian leadership needs to work together. The civil and military should trust each other. Their military as well as export strategy is phenomenal. China has the highest exports in the world with over $3 trillion. They have make a chain and working on CPAC and are increasing their exports and are improving regional connectivity. The American hegemony is being challenged by all of this, and the US is accepting this now. The Americans think that China is challenging their global order, and that China thinks that the biggest barrier to our rise could be US. This is the start of the Cold War, but actually every type of wars are destructive. Everyone should learn good things from each other. The rise of China is inevitable, and it is not going to stop. It has proven this in the last 25 years. Tell us in the comments, what was the most interesting strategy of China to you? In my opinion, the military-civil fusion is very interesting. Please like and subscribe my channel. Thanks.